Hello, guys. We're back here once again with the Total NASL Roundtable. This tonight's Friday, and we're towards the end of the week, and the championship final is almost upon us. How are you tonight, Theo?
I'm tired, but I'm happy. I'm here in Long Island in an undisclosed location,
Oh,
uh, and I'm very happy to be in town.
it's great to hear, Theo. It's so happy that you're in New York, that you're in Long Island, and how are you liking the location?
Location's perfect. It's right next. Well, it's near the stadium, and it's near the player hotel. And I'm excited about that. We're gonna go to practice tomorrow, and we're gonna go check that out. Sounds like a lot of fun.
I'm so excited to go to the player hotel. Like that's just so exciting. But let's just get talking about uh, what's lined up here and talk about the award that was announced today, and
Hmm.
that is the MVP award, the Golden Boot for the NASL. So Pino from the Strikers won that. Do you think
Yeah,
he was a well-deserved candidate for the trophy?
he was a well-deserved candidate. I disagree with the awarding of the award to him. He had 16 goals and 7 assists this season, which is an impressive tally, no doubt. I think 15 of those 16 goals came against Indy 11. I'm exaggerating, but he had like 2 hat tricks, I think, against Indy 11. He wasn't consistent in my book enough to get the Golden Ball award. And listen, I have a dog in this fight. I thought Paiser was a deserving MVP. I thought he was the player of the season for the Fury, and he 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 led them to the first place overall, tied with the Cosmos. But listen, it's a good choice anyways. Like I'm not angry about the choice or anything like that. I understand the thinking behind it. Choosing a forward who scores goals is a lot sexier than touting and marketing a goalkeeper who's 36 years old. So I get it. It's cool, and congratulations to Stefano Pino. Uh, Excellent season, excellent goal tally, assists, the whole package, and yeah, I'm good with it. What about you?
Uh, I again would like to see maybe a Cosmos player to win it. Maybe Raul, maybe Leo Fernandez. Uh, he was great player so far. But again, he won the NASL Young Player of the Year award. So I don't know what people would say if one player won two awards during the season. So say Paiser won the Golden Glove, uh, and he won the MVP award. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
What do you think supporters would say about that?
Well, I think if I don't think that people would have a problem with that, because if you are the Golden Ball winner and you're a keeper, well, naturally you're going to win the Golden Glove award. So it's just logical. But he won the Golden Glove, so he has to be happy with that. And Pino gets the award, and he was at the ceremony of the press conference today, and he's a lot smaller than I thought he was. Holy smokes! Some of these soccer players are so tiny, but yeah, it's cool. It wasn't his only award today, actually, for Pino. He ended up on the NASL Best 11 of 2015. So, did you want me to go through them to
Yes,
discuss them?
please.
Okay. So, at keeper, of course, it's Romo Paiser. Uh, in defense, we have 4 defenders. The first one's from Ottawa Fury. It's Rafael Alves with Justin Davis of Minnesota United. Your boy Carlos Mendez of
Yes.
the
Oh,
Cosmos is there, and another United player, Kevin Venegas, is in defense there. Um, I have an issue with Venegas. I thought that Colin Falvey was a lot stronger this year, and also Ryan Richter, one of the best right backs in the league. But anyways, moving on. At midfield, we had Richie Ryan of Ottawa, Lance Lang of Edmonton, the lone Edmonton player on the list.
poor
Midfield
Eddie.
still, yeah. Uh, Going on with midfield, Ibsen, a very well-deserved award for him. The best player on Minnesota United, I find. James Marcelin of Fort Lauderdale Strikers. I have to admit, he was in my blind spot. I don't know much about him. Pino at forward, of course, and then Christian Ramirez of Minnesota United. So if you take a look at it, that's a lot of Minnesota United and Ottawa Fury players.
And those two teams made it to the semifinals, but again, one was the winner, and that was the Fury.
Correct, yeah. So that's cool. Like, what an honor to have 3 players of the Fury on there. I think Minnesota had 4, and Fort Lauderdale 2. So that's pretty cool too.
And the Cosmos only had 1 player, correct?
Yeah, yeah.
Hopefully that's not the scoreline. 4-1 again.
Yeah, I might have picked Leo Fernandez. Mm-hmm. I thought was deserving of the best 11, but such is the vote, and you can't really question it. It's all good.
That vote, is that a media vote, or is
I believe so, yeah. I think it's a ballot.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, go ahead.
You went to the press conference today. You covered it for Total NASL, and can you share a bit more details of maybe a quote or two that you thought was exciting that you heard from any of the members at the press conference?
It was a well-attended press conference. I'd say there were 20 to 30 media members there, so that was neat. Bill Richardson, the commissioner, seemed very pleased at the turnout. And it was at the Intercontinental Hotel in Manhattan, which was fun. I got to go to a press conference in Manhattan. I'll get to say that later on in life to whoever wants to hear me boast about my life.
Me,
when I write my book. I
can't
I'll
wait.
be able to say Midtown Manhattan press conference, November 13th, 2015. Check. So yeah, it was fun. I really enjoyed it. As for quotes, I would say one of the interesting questions came to Mark Dos Santos. He was asked if he regretted taking it easy against Atlanta because had they won that game, they would have hosted this final in Ottawa. And his answer was good. And I believe him. He really believes he made the right choice in that match to rest some starters in the last game of the regular season. The way that he put it was that the semifinal, after having rested his starters, went 120 minutes, and that he feels justified in his decision because everyone was able to go 120 and they won that game. So it's a good answer, and he said, "I feel we are exactly at the right place at the right time. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else." So there you go. That's Mark Dos Santos for you. Not a guy with a lot of regrets, publicly anyways, and he handled that question well. I also asked the commissioner about the international break. We covered it on Wednesday, I believe, on Total NASL Roundtable. I went on a 10-minute rant. I'm sure you remember it, John.
Rants are great. It makes you feel great.
So I asked him straight up. I said, there's 2 players who were slated to play in this final during an international break, and they were forced to make a really tough decision. And I asked him if that's something they were going to look at, or if he was happy with the status quo. And he responded that they had looked at it. It was a decision that they made early on, and that the decision was whether to play more Wednesday games, to fit more Wednesday games in, instead of playing in this on this weekend. And he said the way that his demeanor when he answered the question, I got the sense that it's something that they gambled on and they lost the gamble. Like, having these players have to make this decision this weekend. That's just my gut feeling, though. He didn't come out and say that. It was just the way that he answered it, I thought, he was not happy about the situation, let's just say. Or he wasn't happy about the question, one or the other. But I don't think so. I think it was more not regret, but acknowledging that it was a problem. So, and he did say, he said, look, FIFA don't call us to ask us if this weekend is good for them, for us. And of course, it's a second division league in the US. They're not going to be consulted on when a FIFA break should happen. But you can plan accordingly as that league. And I think if I'm reading the answer correctly, it's not going to happen again.
So you're saying that next year is not going to happen? They're not going to move the date?
What I'm saying is that I don't think they would play a final
Okay, yeah.
on a FIFA international date again.
Okay, yeah. Well, that's great news if that is true, if that is official from Bill Peterson.
Again, he didn't come out and say that. That's just
yes.
my
that's your opinion.
Yeah, my feeling on the way he answered the question.
So moving on during the press conference, Paizier, did he say anything interesting, or was there any remarks that were asked his way?
Paizier wasn't at the press conference.
Okay.
It was for the Fury. For the Fury, there was Richie Ryan, Tommy Heineman. Those were the two players, and Mark Dos Santos, the head coach. And then that's okay.
Sorry, I forgot. Just made a mistake.
There was one interesting question. A question that kept being asked over and over again. I mean, guys, the question was, it was all about Raul and Senna. Like, oh, how will it feel to be playing a final knowing that it's their last game? And what are the Fury guys supposed to say? They don't care. Like, they're in a final. All they want to do is win. They're not, and that's what Richie Ryan essentially said. He said, we're not concerned with Raul's last game. I mean, credit to him. He's a legend, blah, blah, blah. But this is our game. Like, we're going to win, and we want to go out and win. And we don't care that it's anybody's last game. We're not thinking about that, which is exactly the response, if you're a Fury fan, that you want to hear.
Even from a Cosmos point of view, mine, I don't think they would be caring about the Cosmos and what we're trying to do, and Raul and Senna. I don't think they care about them at all, and nor should they.
Exactly. It shouldn't be top of mind. Like, that's just something the media is concerned with, really. I mean, it's good to mention that as fans and as media, it is a milestone game for the history of soccer. You have Raul, who is a legend, no doubt, and he's playing his last match in his career. That's something that we talk about, but the players on the field, they don't care. Like, man,
that's the biggest storyline going into this game. That's why everyone's covering it. That's why there's going to be a lot of media at this match. It's just because it's Raul and Marco Senna's last professional match. It's not because it's the NASL final, or maybe it is. Maybe these media members are coming from around the world just because it's the NASL final, but they're just coming just because of these two players. They're not here to see the Fury. They're not here to see the Cosmos. They're here to see these two players just play their last match of their career, which is going to be great to see because these two players played European soccer and they're hanging up their boots and they're wearing the Cosmos shirt for the last time in their career. And that's just great. And a couple of notes that I saw from World Soccer Talk had an interview with Eric Stover, and there were some interesting points that he made. He said that if everything would have went according to plan, that they would have had their stadium deal done. They would have had it built up already, and they will be opening it up next season. He said that they would have been able to talk to Raul and make him stay longer. Just because that they didn't have a stadium, they couldn't extend a deal to Raul, probably because he didn't want to play on turf anymore, or maybe that hurt his body, or again, injuries happen a lot on turf fields.
Right. Oh yeah, definitely, and it's something that they'll definitely have to look at going forward for sure.
And that's something that when a Cosmos supporter hears that, he comes for a year, he plays a great season. I didn't know what I expected from him at the start of the year, but he comes in, he scores 9 goals. A great season for Raul at his age. And for him to say, well, okay, if we would have had a stadium, then we may be able to bring him on for a couple more years.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's really crazy as a supporter thinking about that.
Yeah. For sure.
I would have liked him to stay longer, but just to come in and play a year and leave, I don't know about that really. Uh, Again, he was great, but we didn't see like too much from him if he played for another year
Hmm.
or the following year. But Marco Senna, he put in 3 years with the New York Cosmos, so that's commitment right there. That's fight right there, just to fight on in the United States. So again, in this interview, it was a great interview. If you didn't check it out, just check it out on World Soccer Talk. They talked to Eric Stover, and he said that last week on the semifinal against the Strikers, he said that the attendance really disappointed him of the number that was there
Yeah.
was 5,000, and I think he expected it to be a bit bigger than that, but he seemed a bit excited about this match. So I don't know if he knows that it is going to be a sellout, or maybe he thinks it is, or he hopes it is, but hopefully it is, Theo. Hopefully it is a
Oh,
sellout. Uh,
I certainly hope
there's
so.
going to be 98 Fury supporters, right? 98.
98, is that the number?
I think it is. I saw it on Twitter.
Okay, yeah, I didn't have much of a chance to check Twitter today with all the traveling and the driving in Manhattan and all that stuff. So, yeah, cool, 98. That's a good number, man. And
So
there'll
if
be
it's
more
not,
because there's going to be more coming themselves in their cars and stuff. So it's going to go over 100 for sure.
so say over 100 Fury supporters. That's a great traveling contingent to Short Stadium, and hopefully we see, like, in your opinion, what's a good number for the final? In your head, and if it was a perfect world, what number would you like to see be at Short Stadium on Sunday at 5 p.m.?
Wow, perfect world is a sellout. That's for sure. What's
Okay.
the capacity again, John?
I think it's about 11,000.
Yeah.
Uh, mhm.
So I would like to see the attendance over 10,000.
But let's change gears and be realistic now, okay?
Okay.
Uh, and a realistic number here, okay? So the Cosmos are having a bit of a problem drawing supporters, and this isn't breaking news. You know what I mean?
No,
Uh,
no.
but it's been a problem the whole year. It's been a problem since they've been in the league,
Yeah.
and people are saying that they're a marquee team and they should be drawing these wonderful fans to their stadium. But I think personally, maybe 10,000, 11,000 it is a great number just because we haven't seen that besides maybe the first match of the season.
Right. Well, I think if you could combine the fact that it's the final, hello, and Raul's last game, and I'm sure Senna has a fan base in New York as well.
I would
His
hope
last
so.
game, it's his last game as well.
Mhm.
Um, Listen, I hope that the Cosmos can break the record set last week by the Fury for a postseason game in NASL, which
And then
is
numbers.
9,400, I believe.
Okay.
So it'd be nice because that was a semifinal. You should be able to break that for a final, considering those other factors. So yeah, let's hope for a record crowd tomorrow.
Sunday, right?
Sunday. I keep saying
Sorry.
that, man. I keep saying it's tomorrow.
I wish it was tomorrow. I wish
Yeah,
it was tomorrow,
that's
but
probably some subconscious talking there.
Sunday, that's when it is. But you were talking about you hope that the Cosmos do break the record. If they don't, it say it's 8,000. What do you think other supporters throughout the league will be saying? Maybe about the Cosmos. Maybe people on the outside looking in. What do you think they will be saying about the league?
I don't think it reflects on the league as much as it reflects on the Cosmos fan base or the Cosmos um, institution, if you will, because they are the flagship franchise of NASL, and they are the flagship because of history more than for anything that they've done since coming back into the modern NASL. They did win in 2013. Don't get me wrong; that's a great achievement. But the reason that they have so much marquee is that history with Pele and those other great players that played there. And I I think what would be said about the Cosmos, it would be questioned whether or not they they merit that kind of title, if you will, as a flagship if they can't sell out their final in a small stadium. So that's what I think would be a headline that you could see, like from other NASL blogs, is what's wrong with the Cosmos. We know what's wrong. You and I know. It's that they shouldn't be playing at this stadium, and that they need a stadium somewhere else. But the reality is that they're at Schwartz, and they're not the number one tenant. They don't get to choose their schedule. A whole laundry list of problems emanating from the fact that they play there. It's in the middle of nowhere. No offense. It's yeah. Because I mean, think about it. I drove from Ottawa today to New York, and then I was in Midtown Manhattan, and to get to the stadium, I had to drive what turned out to be about an hour and 45 minutes. Granted, it wasn't traffic. It was about 5 or 6 o'clock. So I get that. But still, that is a far way to go to get to the stadium here. So this is the problem. You know it. I know it. Everybody knows it. Hopefully they can sort out that problem in the next couple of years, because I think they're running out of time in terms of the patience that fans would have for that, and even the league needs to get them in gear.
Eric Silver did say that by the end of the before the end of the year, they want an announcement from the state saying that if they have a decision, yes or no, and if they don't get this answer by the end of the year, then they want to just move on. That's what they're going to do. They're going to move on. And they have been saying before that they are looking at other locations to build a stadium, but I don't know how true that is, just because Eric Silver likes this spot. He likes to build a stadium, build the restaurants and the hotels and everything right near the stadium. And I think he doesn't think that he won't get that somewhere else. So that's the downside.
Where is that, John?
I think it's Belmont.
Belmont. Okay. I don't know where that is, but is it a better location?
No, that's their renderation. I mean, their pictures and everything where they want to have their proposed stadium in New York, and that's a great home for the New York Cosmos. But
okay.
I don't know if they're going to move on. We're going to see that by the end of the year, and if they do move on, who knows where they would be? It's just a big searching day of where they're going to build their stadium. Hopefully, it's sometime soon. There are municipalities that want the Cosmos to build a stadium in their town, in their city. But again, Eric Stover likes his plan, likes what they proposed. So
yeah,
he doesn't think he will get that deal anywhere else. So
cool.
That's just all about the stadium for the New York Cosmos. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. We will be back tomorrow night. Right, Theo?
Absolutely. We're going to have a big show tomorrow night. We're going to preview the game.
And, yeah, that should be spectacular. We actually get to talk tactics, analysts. It's going to be great. Talking Cosmos Fury. Actually breaking down the match. Just been leading up to Saturday night, the night before the Cosmos Fury. It's going to be a great matchup on Sunday. And Sunday, I don't know if you're going to have this excitement deal when you wake up Sunday morning. How are you going to be feeling? Like, you can't wait until 5 p.m. or how are you going to be feeling on Sunday morning?
I don't know. It's I don't get nervous really anymore. I'm old, so I've seen everything, right? I've been disappointed too many times.
But you hadn't seen a Fury final before.
No, you're right. So I am excited for sure. I just don't know how I'm going to feel Sunday morning, whether I'll be anxious or excited, probably everything rolled up into one little ball. It's going to be an interesting day, but let's talk about that tomorrow.
Okay, yeah. And that's the best part about being a fan, is that you have these emotions, that you have everything going through you and the players don't feel that. They just feel like we have to win the cup for our city, for our supporters. So once again, thanks to everyone for tuning in. Subscribe if you're new. Subscribe if you just want to stay up to date for all our content. Like if you enjoyed tonight's show. Also, comment below as you see fit. See you guys tomorrow night, and we will be next to each other. Deal will be sitting right here. Well, not in this right area, but we will be in the same room.
In our makeshift studio.
Yeah, I don't know what it's going to look like at all, to be honest with everyone out there, but we'll make it look like a proper studio.
All right.
You have
Sounds
any
good.
last words, Deal?
No, I just wish everyone a good night tonight. Our thoughts are with people in Paris tonight, and also go Canada. They're playing tonight later on. So
Go
have a
Canada.
good night, everyone.
Good night.